Hey everybody, how's it going? Octopus here, and welcome to the Awakening system, and basically my concern about this. So, I talk about it in my other videos. I explained how it worked just a little bit, just enough to give you guys the idea of how powerful it is and what it's going to do for a lot of free-to-play players and just players in general. Medals like Chip and Dale become an 8 restore. Medals like Jack and Sally become double casting, so you can get -2 attribute debuff on the enemy and +2 attribute strength on you with one medal because you can double cast it. The way Awakening works is you get multiple copies of the same medal, fuse them together, and you roll a chance at the trait. Now you do one at a time. Don't put all 5 onto the medal and expect it to roll 5 times and you choose which one. No, you have to do one copy at a time. Like this picture you guys see here, Kingdom Hearts Cloud, you put another Kingdom Hearts Cloud, you combine it, and on the right side it rolls 1 out of 11 traits, and you have a chance of getting one of those 11 traits. It's RNG on top of RNG. It's like asking, yo Cena, hey, what's up? We like paralysis so much, I want you to put a system in the game that's like that. RNG on top of RNG. Like, we asked for more RNG. Honestly, guys, this is probably the one thing that they did really good for their side. This is, and you know what's funny too, is that everything we ask for, like we say, oh, JP's got this, can we have this? The one thing that's going to make them the most money in this game is this, and it was the fastest to come to this game. I don't know when it's going to be released. They have a maintenance coming up on the 5th, 8 hours. They have the Twitter, which is this, you guys see, explaining that Awakening's coming, and out of everything that JP's got, this was the quickest one that they transferred to us. Now that could be because Union Cross, we're all going to become Union Cross, and that's part of Union Cross. But again, everything else was part of the game. Like daily jewel login, having it at a higher rates, better jewels, permanent jewel quest, the VIP quest that lets you, not even VIP, I don't think it's VIP, but lets you farm Chip and Dales as much as you want. There's so much that JP has that could be transferred to us to help us out and just improve our gameplay, but they don't transfer it, but they transfer this Awakening trait system. And my concern with this is that, like I said, you need multiple copies of a medal to get a trait, and that makes Mickey and Brooms and guilting not as important anymore. It's important, it's hugely needed for power, but now for competition, for top 5,000 high score challenges, for Coliseum, for Lux ranking, so on and so on, you need more RNG than you ever did before. And I hope that they balance this out with some kind of polling system where, like, you get a medal guaranteed every poll or something like that, or Mercy Poll 5 stays in every banner. Even that's still pretty bad. And why am I talking about this like I'm freaking out? Because I am freaking out, guys. I'm not like, oh my god, the world's over, we can't play this game, it's garbage. No, it's something we have to deal with and try to figure out how to get around this to play and still compete. But it is going to really separate free-to-play versus pay-to-play, and not even separate. It's going to be so much harder even for pay-to-play players. You guys are about to spend a lot more money, and the reason is that skill you see in the top left right there. It's basically double casting a medal. How it works is if you get this trait, so if you get multiple copies of, let's say, the new medal coming out, Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 2 Kairi, so 10 restore, healing, lowers the attribute defense, and raises tribute strength. So that's great already. Now imagine getting multiple copies of her. So we don't know if it's a Mercy Poll. We don't know what's going to come, how they're going to give her. But let's say that you pull one. You're like, yes, I improved my game like greatly. But then someone who pulls multiple copies, and we get this Awakening system, they put their copies together. So they put 1 on 1. Let's say they got 3 copies. They have 3 chances to get this double cast skill, as you guys can see on the top left side of the screen. Now the whole concern is not the -40% or it does 40% of the original attack. The thing is that you can recast the medal. So that one medal gets double effect. Double heal, double 10 gauge restore, double attribute buff, and double defense debuff on the enemy with one medal. So if someone pulls 3 copies and you pull 1 copy, you're thinking, okay, well, they're closer to guilting it, that's not that important. Now that we have Awakening, it's super important. It is super important to pull multiple copies, because double cast on the new Illustrated Kairi 2 basically means that they have 2 Illustrated Kairis on one Keyblade in one slot. And that changes everything, guys. That changes competition for Coliseum, for high score challenges, so on and so on. Like I said, people with Jack and Sally's, if, like me, I have 5 copies. If I fuse those 5 copies together and one of those copies lands me a double cast, I have 2 Jack and Sally's in one slot. So I only need 1 Jack and Sally to almost get the full effect. And because it's 2 turns, in 2 turns I'll have full effect with 1 Jack and Sally every turn after that. It's gonna break the barrier between free to play and pay to play, and not even that, it's gonna make everybody, especially people who pay for the game, spend so much money to get multiple copies. If they want to compete, so there's people that pay the game to compete, and that's a thing, and it's fine. But like, my concern is more not because the separation between us and pay to play, it's the amount that people have to pull now. You can't just pull and guilt the medal. You have to pull. Let's say you pull and you get 7 copies or 2 copies or 3 dots. You have 1 chance fusing those together, guilting it, getting your guilt, and then on top of that you get a trait. And if you don't get double cast on an important medal, then you have to get another one. And if you don't roll 1 out of 11 chances to roll that double cast, you need another copy. And if you still don't roll it, let's say you have 10 copies of this medal and you fuse it and you fuse it and you fuse it and double cast doesn't land, you have to pull again. And pull again until double cast land. And I know you guys can say, well, okay, well then it's not that poor and people shouldn't be that crazy with it. But this makes people want to spend more jewels and more money because they want the best possible. So guilting and making brooms is not that important anymore. Getting these traits, there's traits for Lux ranking, there's traits for Coliseum, there's traits for, like I said, utility medals. The most powerful one is that double cast. You need more than 1 copy now. Now I know you need 7 copies regardless, but like, let's say we get high score challenges. Oh, you get this medal with 4 dots and then you get a separate one with 2 dots. So you get to fuse these medals together and guilt it, but it's only 1 chance at the trait system. Now let's say you pull these medals like the Dark Riku right now. Let's go into the game and get some music in the background here. This one right here, guys. So let's say we want to get Dark Riku. If we get him, he has 3 orbs already. So if we pull 2 of them, we get to guilt him. That's amazing, right? Or let's say we pull 1 of them and we put 3 making brooms. He's guilted. Boom, we got a super powerful medal. He's going to do so much. But then you got somebody else who pulls 7 copies, 8 copies, 9 copies, 10 copies, or even 2 copies, and they fuse them together and they get the double cast. They now have a super powerful Riku compared to you. Even though they have the same exact medal, because they have 1 trait, they have -2 debuff with 1 medal. -2 defense debuff for 2 turns. So when it comes around again, you activate this guy, you get to have ×3 defense down on the enemy with 1 medal if you're lucky enough to pull that trait. And if you're not lucky enough to pull that trait and you want to pull some more, you're going to keep pulling until you get it. So my concern here is that this was a money grab. This is not something, it is something new, it is something exciting. Like I said, it goes down to Chippendales. Now free-to-play players can have an 8 restore, so they don't have to worry about Illustrated Kairi 2. Stuff like other medals that weren't so great can be really good now. There's a lot of things, guys, that is good about this, but when you step back and look at what's really going on, it is a money grab. It's more RNG into a game that's full of RNG. We have pull system, we have guilting, percentage, we have paralysis, and now we have a trait system, which is the worst thing for anybody that wants the best possible. If you want top tier, if you want to make top first place in Coliseum, sorry, that's someone subscribing. Thank you for subscribing, by the way. But if you want to be that top 100, top 10, top 5, top 1, you need to pull multiple copies of medals to get the proper traits to give you that advantage. And the only way to do that is have multiple copies, and multiple copies means a lot more pulls, which means a lot more money. And This is why I'm making this video. That this is my concern, and I just want to talk about it and see how you guys feel about it. It's RNG on top of RNG on top of RNG at this point, and it does put a barrier between a lot of people, and it also puts a lot of pressure on people who actually pay for the game, because now they're going to spend a ton more money because of this. And I don't know, I just don't like that feeling, guys. I don't like that feeling. I'm not saying I'm not going to enjoy the game no more. I'm not saying it's wrong for people to spend money on the game. If you have the money and this is what you want to do and you want that trade system and you do it, I'm not judging you guys for spending money. No, I'm just talking about my concern, how I feel about this and what I really see from this. Now, I know that I guess it's bad to talk about like this stuff, but it is a thing. I'm not going to ignore it, guys. Like I make videos, I make guides, I try to do stuff to help out people to play this game and have a better time. But I'm not going to just sit there and ignore something that is a huge concern. Now, I'm not saying, I could be totally wrong, guys. I could be totally wrong. It's not as bad as we think it is. But from the way it looks and how I've seen a couple of JP players play, it looks pretty bad. It looks pretty bad. There's even some JP players complain about it. Like I said, it's a lot of RNG, and the game is full of RNG already. So, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys have the same concern as me, or do you see this as a good thing? Let me know in the comments. I want to talk to you guys about it. I'm probably gonna get like dislikes for this instead of likes, because every time I make these I guess my opinion on something videos, like when I did my making broom video, people were like blah blah blah, you did it wrong, you don't know what you're talking about. But I'm gonna make them anyways, guys. There's no point in being like everybody else. Is this how I feel? I'm gonna express it. I'm not gonna hide the way I feel just to go along with the crowd. I just want to express myself and say, hey, I think this is a terrible thing. It's good in some parts, like I said, Chippendales, boom, you got an A restore for a free event medal if you didn't guilt them. That's a bright side. But when we dig deep and we look at this, really, it's gonna really hurt competition big time. So I really do want to talk to you guys about this in the comments. Even if I don't reply to your comments, trust me, I'm reading them. I read your comments. I make more videos because of your comments, because you guys ask questions, you ask me to make different type of videos, you ask for help. Again, I have Discord. You can hit me up on Twitter. I don't really reply too much on Twitter because I go on there just to post my videos. But I do check out what other people are doing, and sometimes I do catch your comments, and I will. The best place is probably my comment section on YouTube, because I can do that on the go, or on Discord. So I'll leave those links in the description. But this awakening system kind of scares me, guys. More than anything. I do see a lot of things I can help you guys with to improve your gameplay, but when it comes down to competition for high score challenges and Coliseum or anything that's ranking, like just ranking in general, this trade system is going to hurt a lot to everybody, not just free to play. I'm not saying free to play to pay to play. This is the whole reason I'm making the video. I'm just saying this is a big concern for everybody. So let me know what you guys think. Yeah, good thing or bad thing. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.